Roll call.
Councilman Bell?
Here.
Councilman Ingle?
Here.
Councilman Petrusi?
Here.
Councilman Stein? Councilman Bishop? Councilman Bonadilla?
Here.
President Faust?
Here. Okay, preliminary announcements. Any preliminary announcements from council? Lenny, I was told, I just was told recently that you wanted to speak about student government days?
Yes,
Okay, please.
real quick. So on student government days, I know, been trying to change it till Thursday. I think Thursday's a bad time. The children up at the park, they make their signs and they campaign up there for about a week, week and a half for their elected officers. And they love it when they come down here and have council meeting on Wednesday night with the public. I know it's gonna be crowded, but they're here a short time, and these children look for it all the way from the first grade, ever since I've been going up there. They said, I'm gonna run for this, well, you can't, gotta wait till third grade. Okay. The campaign signs, I don't know if you've seen these campaign signs, they go all out on the campaign signs, and we have a big parade for them, and I understand the parade's on Friday, which is fun. The thing is, the kids, the children, they love up here. They love all the councilmen, they love the public. They like to show off. And their campaigns, they actually, if you go up to the school, you see them, campaigning, it's unreal. I mean, I go up there, they've been doing it for, I think I've been doing this for 30 years, just on government days. You know, try to keep it on the same night. I know it gets crowded in here, but you could have a short one, then call a couple minutes on here for a couple things on these minutes. You have like a short recess so the children can leave with their parents. I know it's trouble, but they do a lot of work on it. These kids do a lot of work, but you should see some of these campaign signs. They're unreal. And the best part about it is the children vote on it. Children up at the park vote on it. They vote on the signs and the children. They vote on each other. And I think that's a good thing, just going up the park. And I was up there today, and I understand that we have a little problem on Thursday with the parade on account of some of the teachers won't be here, and they will not get the sub on that day. So the parade will be on Friday. So if it's gonna be on a Friday, that's fine, we just gotta let the firemen know when it's gonna be, so some of these guys take off work. Okay. Thank you.
Lenny, is this, from what I understand, you wanna keep it status quo?
Yeah.
Leave it the way
Really?
it is?
Yes. Yes, I think that's the best idea. I like the status quo because the children look forward to meet with the public. Because if you do it a different night, public's don't, the only ones who are gonna be here is their parents and grandparents, who's ever shown up. The public won't be here to see what's going on. So you can have a short agenda. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I know what's happening down here. Yeah, it's gonna be crowded here. Sure.
I know you've been doing that for a long time, and I think your input means a lot to council, you know, as far as doing something about it.
I'll be open as long as I can. I can't be at a council meeting this Wednesday, I'll get knee surgery tomorrow morning at 6:30 or 7:30 tomorrow.
Well, good luck.
I'll be living in here on May.
Hope everything works out.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen, ladies, thank you. Thank you. I gotta go back to work downstairs.
I'd like to speak about this matter because I was the one that brought the idea up to change it from Wednesday nights to Thursday nights. And my thinking was, it's just a one night, it's special to the kids. Our idea was that the children would have their own agendas and bring something up to the council that they wanted to talk about. It was their own meeting. It's good not to mix the kids in with the voting session of council because it can't be discussed properly, things that need to be discussed. If you have things on council agenda that you want to talk about, it's really not fair to council to talk about things that way in front of all the little children of the school. Now, if you want to have a pre-meeting with all the kids and bring them in and have a special session with that, I don't object to that one bit. But the idea was to have a special day for them, and them only, to come in, invite them in, have all their family here. It's not, there's no pressure to run things through the agenda. It's a more of a fun day for the kids. So I disagree with Mr. Cole, and it was my idea to do that and change that date. So,
May I address that? Just
Sure.
like to say a few words. Doing it that way for a while doesn't mean that it's, the right thing to do. But what I don't know if the public knows, in engaging the children, in letting them know what we do, how we do it, what they care about, council and the mayor and all of the officers of the borough, and you certainly, we go to Park School and we visit with the kids there. And they put us through some grilling, some good questions, and we answer things that are important to them. And I think everyone here has participated, and I think you yourself have.
Sure have.
Okay. And I think that makes up for what you're concerned with. We're there, and they talk to us person to person. They ask us tougher questions than sometimes, Marlene Fry does. So what I'm saying is, I think that covers that aspect of your concern.
that does not change at all. We're still gonna be doing that, and we're still gonna have the parade on that day. The only thing that I proposed in the change was to have a special day for the kids, and have them here at the council meeting, and that way, it can be discussed, and they can have their own, they're preparing their own agenda, from what I've been told. Is that right, Becky?
I think it is a special day for the kids, just the way it is now. They look forward to that. And we change it, I don't think the kids will be too happy with it.
They feel official, they feel.
Well, they'll feel official anyway, no matter what.
I'm just gonna throw this out here, what if we did a 6:30 start? And if there's anything important that we needed that, where there'd be a lot of discussion, we would handle that later and dismiss the kids.
I
Do a 6:30 start for the
I
kids.
don't have a problem with
And
that.
then,
I don't want it to change at all.
No.
That's my vote. No reflection on anybody.
You do it.
I was just trying to think in case there was something on the agenda that we needed to discuss, a little bit.
That's what we all
Usually we
did.
have kept things off. I mean, usually we have kept anything
Thanks.
controversial off agendas, and we're not having kids vote anything controversial. Yeah, plenty.
We've done that a couple of times. Start the children off, they had a couple of agenda on here, and then we send it because we were raising it too late for that agenda that was on the agenda. We can start at 6:30. We're not disrupting them, and then we can go a couple of things on the agenda. Just give them a little stuff, but then later on, when they leave.
I do remember years ago, and I think Mr. Ballas and Mr. Deshawn and Ms. Rodin, and maybe you probably remember this meeting. It was a code enforcement issue. Boomer, you remember this?
Oh, yes, I did.
And
Down the
people
waterfront.
were a little bit upset because of, there was gonna be we instituted some new procedures
Something down
and a
the
little
waterfront.
higher cost,
Yeah.
I think, was
It
gonna
was
be for
important.
home inspections.
What was the ordinance act?
And,
Okay.
I forget who the president was, was it Parker?
Oh, yeah, she dropped.
I forget who the lady was, but we had to actually dismiss her from the meeting.
I had to escort her out of the room.
Escort her out.
Yeah.
Mary, you weren't there at the time, I'm sure, and neither was.
The kids will remember that forever.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I mean, these kids are probably, 17 years old now, but I do remember that one, and that was a little
Well, my whole,
uncomfortable that time.
my whole concern was that, nothing of any great importance should be brought up in front of these children, and you sit behind them and vote on it behind them. That's how, if I remember, Joe Verhola was voted on council to be the borough manager, was one of these nights when the children were here. And you can't sit up and voice an opinion about something like that. You can't say, hey, I'm against this or that, and voice your opinion really properly. And you sit behind some little children here, and you're gonna push your agenda down someone's throat.
But none of
That's
this,
not the way to do it.
But you did vote against Mr. Varhola. So you
No, I did
did.
not.
You absolutely did.
Well, you check it. See.
but
I didn't say anything.
nothing was brought up before. I mean, it's been going on for how long?
I brought it
Council
up.
four terms.
I brought it up, Barbie.
When?
I brought it up with
This year?
with the office this year, correct?
This year?
Yes.
When you was on council, you didn't bring it up.
No,
Did you?
I didn't. Does that matter?
But now it's,
I
now it's a big
brought it
issue.
up now.
Now it's a big issue. When you was on council, it wasn't. Evidently it is.
Excuse me, it's not a big issue. It shouldn't be something where you sit behind little children and vote to approve the sale of the Willis Center, okay?
I understand that. But
That's all I'm
they
saying.
can have the kids, just read certain ones where we don't, maybe for 1 month with these kids one time. I mean, we can, not no major stuff like you're saying, but just have it the way it's been. And hold the major stuff up for the following month.
If it's not broken, we don't need to fix it.
I think we ought to take a vote on it and be done with it.
I don't think we do. It's Councilman Rogers.
Yeah.
Why are you all getting so angry about this? We're just-
I like it the way it
We're
was,
switching-
and I like it to keep it. I'm not angry, but if we do it another way, I'll be disappointed. Does that word suffice?
That's fine,
Okay.
you know, but you don't need to get so angry about things and start yelling at me like I'm making a big deal out of
I
it.
did not raise my voice.
I brought it
I
up,
thought I was.
I brought it through the office, we talked to Park School, we set everything up. There's not been a problem until right now, when someone said, why are we changing anything? We're changing from one night to the next. So, if you wanna bring it up and you wanna have an earlier meeting with the children, absolutely, I don't have a problem with that.
I'd say one thing. Why did the school ask me, said, why are the council changing?
You say I have one.
They asked me, because we do it every year, okay? They asked me. That's why
I'm
I'm
not
here.
proposing any changes. I mean, if we thought we needed to start earlier, we'll start earlier, dismiss the
That's
kids.
fine.
I wouldn't
But
object.
all you
There's
gotta
an
do is,
issue, but other than that,
I
I
don't think we have to object.
I'm the
Just get the
person that
kids home.
proposed it.
Earlier in the evening. I wouldn't object to that.
Did you want to say something, Mark?
Yeah, could I just,
Gotta
I make
move
a
on.
suggestion for maybe next year for this program, is to somehow have the Barrett kids, the
Yes.
kids from Munhall that go to Barrett. I think those kids probably look at this and say, why aren't we included? Maybe have a couple positions on Barrett, see what percentage of the kids go to Barrett. Because my nieces and nephews all went to Barrett, and they never had a chance to do this, and I think.
I think we would need a teacher to take the lead part, similar to what Katie Pugh does
I'm sure you could find a teacher down
up here.
there.
I think we would need a teacher to, to take the lead, and,
Yeah.
yeah, I have no problem with
Just
that
a
either, but I mean,
suggestion.
that would just need, but I think the teacher would have to take the lead on that, not
Well,
like
they
Katie
can
Pugh
do it
does.
for Homestead, if Homestead decides to do
Well,
that.
then maybe they should reach out to Homestead Council and let
No, I'm
them
talking
know.
about the kids from Munhall that go to
I
Barrett.
understand that, Mark,
is there a
but
way that Munhall Council would approach Homestead Council and say,
The
could
Homestead Council could do that, right?
Right.
Homestead Council's more likely.
Okay.
whether they're Munhall or Homestead, they go to
And I think
Bear.
all that can be discussed at a different time. I don't
Yeah,
think
let's
we
say
can
next
discuss
year, maybe next year.
Barrett now.
I'm leaving. This place is just so fucking.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, preliminary announcements, Joe, you said you had some that we didn't get to.
Saturday, Munhall Borough Softball Association inviting council, mayor, administration on Saturday, April 27th at 11 o'clock to, throw out the first pitch. And so if anybody's interested, let me know so I can let them know who's coming. And on Monday, it's 5:30 at the Forest Hills Municipal Building. There's the Sustainable Pittsburgh is gonna have some speakers talking about the green building of Forest Hills.
So we, can I interject a little bit?
Yeah.
So we got, make an appointment to go there that night and,
So you wanna go?
talk to, we talked to them,
We talked to him.
up at the
So
conference.
why don't we put your name down here? Richard wants to go. Yes, we can.
Yeah, put my name down, it's fine.
Yeah. I got this afternoon, you talk.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Joe, what date is that Forest Hill thing? I'm sorry?
Monday. This coming Monday.
Monday,
5:30.
5:30.
More importantly, what date was opening day of baseball?
27th, April.
Saturday.
No, that's softball, Mayor.
Softball.
Baseball, I understand, is gonna be on the 28th, which is a Sunday, which is,
Sunday.
I don't know how that's gonna work out this year
Well,
with churches and everything, but I talked to Dave. I softball, everyone knows where I live. I talked to Dave Colasanti last night, and he told me it's the 28th.
And who's the president now?
It's not cool, so that's not Dave.
That's Dave, I told you.
It's not Dave, no. I got a list, but I don't remember the name. I didn't even recognize the name. I saw a list. I saw it, it's on the website, it's on the baseball website, the president's name. But I didn't recognize it. Okay, any other preliminary announcements? Okay, we do have a guest here tonight, and I think you're James Bolton, I guess.
Yes.
I did see the hat, that's how I saw the hat in your hand earlier, and I said, oh, okay, there he is. That's a Legion guy.
Yes. I just wanted to come here today to speak to you guys. My name is James Fulton Sr. I'm the new commander of Homestead Legion Post 60. I took over in 2017 after the post commander, the adjutant, and the finance officer passed away, unfortunately. I was district commander at the time, and the district commander of this area said, hey, I have no one else who wants to take over. We're down to 16 members. Can you help me? I said, yeah, I'll help you out. So I took over. A little history about me. I've been in the American Legion for 22 years. I was in the Navy from 95 to 2000. I've held many positions in the American Legion, from post commander of a different post to post commander now and adjutant. I also was district commander, and I'm also in the National Americanism Commando Council, so I travel to Indianapolis a lot. I just want to give you the history of the American Legion and the Homestead. We were chartered June the 27th of 1919, so we'll actually be celebrating our 100th year this year within the American Legion. We started, the biggest we had was 353 members. We were as low as 17 the year I took over. We are currently at 40 members. So I recruited, unfortunately we lost the Homestead Grays post. No one really knew they had one, but we consolidated together. I gained their 4 members in the ARC post. We're currently seeking new members. We're also looking to get involved in your communities. You and Homestead are trying to get back into the communities, reach outreach, and kids are our main focus because one of our pillars is children and youth services. So this is the first year that we're sponsoring a child for State Police Youth Week. We're sending them to York College for a week to go train with the state police. So, we're just a paper post. We don't really exist. I live in Greenfield, so everything comes to my house. I did not even know that we met here because all the records I had, they never had a meeting, so I couldn't find anything. So we meet randomly, so we're going to start trying to meet once a quarter. But it's hard when you only get 4 or 5 people to come. So some of the things we're going to be doing and volunteering in the community, we want to help clean up the streets, pick up trash, also help the cemeteries, get plots, also get markers and flags also. Also, I want to assist you guys in helping veterans. We have a veteran in need. Legion has many programs to help those people in need with assistance, either with getting benefits through the VA, getting funding for a house, getting something they need done. So if you have a veteran, please refer to me at any time. I do have my contact information, which I'll give to the young lady over here. So if you guys have any questions for me, I'd be glad to take them at this time. So, I mean, I'm here to help you guys. I want to get involved in the community. I'm not from here. I'm originally from Fort View, but I'm here the Homestead, and here I have to go to Homestead's council meeting, which is on a Thursday. But I got to take off to go to that. Got to move that around.
Where is your post?
We don't have one. It's a paper post. So we don't. When I took over, now we do have money, but we do raise money. I just had a fundraiser at one of my local bars in Little Boston over the weekend to raise money to help pay for sending that kid to State Youth Week, just so we don't window money. I mean, most of the members I reach out to, I don't get any response back other than they're deceased or don't send any more to us. So, I mean, most members I talk to don't. I have like 3 or 4 members that want to get involved again, so we're trying to get it back up to where we can get involved in the community and help you guys do stuff like Memorial Day parades or get flags. Or I was brought to my attention last year from one of the Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts leaders that a lot of the markers got stolen, the old bronze markers. So I'm going to go down to the soldiers and sailors and put in an order of the new ones. So hopefully I'll have those in by Memorial Day when we do it on Friday. I think you guys have the flags in on Friday with the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. But I will be there on Friday to help you guys with it.
I belong to post 320. calling you up later.
Okay, I've been up that way.
When you do meet, where do you meet?
Right now, we meet at my uncle's house right now, just because, most of the members are, I've transferred over my uncle and then a couple of his friends that got involved, so we've only met there once, that was back in August. We had a little family picnic and just try to get everyone to meet each other. I had 6 people come, which is good, because the first meeting we had at Eaton Park, I only had 2, then 3 plus me, so we're getting more involvement, but I'm trying to get people to come and help, and I have one guy, actually a citizen of Munhall, that's gonna help me get some stuff done here, sponsor something, do little things where, we can get out there.
I think it's great. I definitely think they can use your help with the markers.
Yeah.
I've been up there, when the Friday for Memorial Day, and I know a lot of them are, we don't have a lot of them are gone.
Yeah.
A lot of the other ones we have are broken, so.
It's hard, I've been involved
I
in
don't
getting them
know how-
before, and people take them,
Social sailors, they're pretty good over
they
there.
are, they're pretty good at it. So I
You're
do
welcome to
orders-
hold meetings here too.
What's that?
You're welcome to hold your meetings.
Yeah, I know, yeah, correct, that's how I knew about this, because they reached out to the Legion in the state, and then they reached out to me to say, hey, what's going on? I didn't even know they had meetings. I noticed the address that people sent for donation letters and stuff like that. I knew that, but I didn't know that they met here, so.
So, just so you know,
Yes,
we do get all the burial
Yes,
markers
correct,
and flags,
yes.
and we get hundreds of them.
Yeah.
We put an order in every year, and we do that. We have a lot stored here in the
Yes.
building.
the more the markers is what we need to hold
Pardon me?
on to. Markers is more,
You mean burial site markers or the
The-
flag?
the flag holders.
Vietnam or, World
We
War
have,
II.
we have,
Korea.
we have
Good.
hundreds
it's
of them.
never, people, families take them home, it happens,
Some are beat up and missing all the time.
yeah. So it's always good to have extra,
We-
especially the World War II ones.
They
So.
don't think they make them garage anymore.
No, they're all the old, they're all the,
Maybe they
So,
can get them.
yeah, no one's still saying.
So we do bring the flags in, the county supplies all that stuff.
Correct, found soldiers this year.
Right, and, this year, this Friday, I'm not gonna be here this Friday. In last several years, I would bring all the hot dogs and hamburgers, and we'd cook out there with the Boy Scouts. So I'm sure they'll be glad to have you there that Friday.
Yeah, because Holly, Gedstead reached out to me last year, and then, I told her I'd take care of it, and then I told her I'd be there this year to do the flags.
And we'd also love to have you come to our Memorial Day
I'm gonna
service.
try to, I have to work that day.
That's Monday.
Yeah, I work on Memorial.
Well, any of your other people,
That's why I wanted to come here, so I'm gonna have at least one of my representatives here to march in the Memorial Day parade. She's gonna get me, the information on what time and stuff like that. So I called Homestead and talked to their council, no one knew it even existed over there. No one even knew we had a post.
I don't know what the plan is for this year, but I know they're always looking for a speaker too, so.
Yeah, well, that's what the youth thing, we always do, every year for a junior to get ready to be a senior, we always sponsor a kid for Keystone Boys State, which is pretty prominent. It's where they go and vote on governors and stuff like that, so, that's something we can sponsor. I'm trying to sponsor a kid, but it's going to Snow Valley and speaking.
What I meant was a lot of times they're looking for Memorial Day, a veteran to speak.
Yeah, I could definitely get one of those.
I'll,
Yeah.
definitely, I'll talk to the people that are heading up with this year and see if they can
Definitely.
find somebody.
I just wanted to just reach out and say, I'm here for you guys, need any assistance, so, thank you.
Is there any, pardon me, sir,
No,
Excuse me.
yes.
is there anything in the future of, you opening up for post,
To open a post up, we would a canteen, basically. That's how they look at it. It would be a canteen or a bar and stuff like that. Right now, we have like $10,000 in the bank. That's, with paying dues and sponsoring kids. Right now, we're focused on trying to get it up there. Because, with membership and the Legion membership dying down, going below 2 million for the first time ever. So we're trying to get it back up. I want to get membership first before I worry about all that. But I'd love to get out and let people know that we're here. That's the main focus, is that we're here in the community to help. Sponsoring a sign or clean up or doing something of that nature. would be something, you know, especially with us being around for 100 years, most people don't even know that the Homestead Legion was here for 100 years, so.
Are you aware that there's a VFW? I've been
Yeah, over,
Gardens, I've been Munhall Gardens, you know.
well, I did know, I have not been there.
Okay, because they're the ones we usually get as our color guard, like for the opening day of baseball, opening days, you know, that's where we usually get them. I don't know if you were aware.
No, I haven't been up there yet, to go up there, I'm a member at the VFW in Wilson, so I'm gonna stop up there one day when
That's
my
still
schedule.
open.
Yeah, the VFW in Wilson,
Okay.
so, I actually gotta go to Legion in Clareton over the weekend for a district meeting,
The
so.
one at Whitaker though, Joe's talking about, their enrollment's pretty down too.
Is it?
A lot of them were down,
Is
Yeah.
there any way that maybe you could?
combined together, well, they're not an event, well, we did close, Duquesne's Legion closed, and we closed West Mifflin's American Legion, but we did, what we made was, we made a Still Valley Legion, which included, West Mifflin, Duquesne, and then areas up there. So that went from, they started last year, they had one person, now they're up to 25 this year, from off the 945 list and stuff like that. So we're trying to get back, I mean, I work a lot, you know, trying to get posts, especially ones that, I mean, a lot of the bigger posts, like Pleasant Hills, they're the ones that struggle to work. Because they get a lot of members, but not a lot of, they have a bar, and then the dwindling of sales kind of closes and stuff like that. And so, but, I mean, we're trying to get involved, I'm trying to get back with the kids and the communities and stuff like that.
The one in Linesville, I belong up there, and, that's a real nice, inside, and
Yeah.
that place is jumping.
Like I was just up Du Bois,
And that's a small town.
I was up Du Bois a couple weekends ago, one of our past state commanders passed away, their post is, you know, thriving also, it also depends on the area they're in, but this area, unfortunately, all three districts, the 33rd, the 36th, and the 32nd, are all just dwindling in size. We're the biggest district, the 36th, we're the biggest membership wise. So 32nd is small, they're almost below 2,500 members in the whole district, we're above 3,000. So, I mean, we're trying to get members, so, I do appreciate, you know, if you get the word out, you know, my address is on there, I'll be glad to sign people up, you know, and help, try to get younger. You know, unfortunately, I have like 9 World War II and Korean members, so unfortunately, the next couple of years, I will lose a lot. So, I got a couple active duty members, they're 18, 19 years old, so getting them, as soon as they go away, and they pass boot camp, I sign them right up. I don't even ask, you know, I say, hey, you're going, yeah. We pay their dues because they're active duties.
Jim, does Becky have your information?
Yes.
So if we needed to contact you about.
Yeah, if you have a veteran that's in need,
Or
you
anything,
can contact me.
get a hold of you.
Yeah, definitely, we have a lot of programs, especially for youth, I mean, we have a lot of kids scholarships, essay contests, oratorical contests, there's money out there for kids.
That's something you can get out to the school board. too.
Well, yeah, I do gotta go to a school board meeting, my buddy's the baseball coach at Still Valley, Tim Vickers, but.
He was
No, he's gone.
He was
Oh, he's
teacher.
gone now?
Yeah.
TJ.
Oh, TJ now,
He
oh, see
was
what
definitely a
time.
different job.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you guys for the time.
Thank you very much.
Okay, council items on this agenda, a generator, Joe, about that?
A few months back, the generator kicked on with the power went on, and if you remember, it never shut down. Pat and I looked at each other, and the only thing we could do is evacuate the building for that day. We got Penn Power to come in who services it, and it's gonna cost $7,300 to fix the generator.
Is that getting a new one or just?
Fix the one they have, it's mostly in the wiring and different things like that. that
Relay
needs-
switch.
Switch, yeah.
Whole thing is like rewired from a panel to the generator and this relay switch.
Okay.
So it won't shut off.
Not good.
Not so bad.
Yeah, we gotta get it done.
And the only other thing is, we advertised last week for the abatement and demo pricing, and, that's out there now. Well, that'll be Wednesday, we'll be up, still bids will be up on Wednesday.
Will we be acting on it Wednesday also, next Wednesday?
We'll bring it up. We gotta look at the bids and everything, we don't know what they're gonna be.
Is the opening next Wednesday?
What are they bids on?
The abatement and demo of the Willis Center.
Oh,
Anything else, Mr. Chairman?
Anybody have anything for council? Anybody have anything?
I do.
Mayor?
So, have they gone through the Willis Center and checked for all the asbestos?
Yes.
And they have a program where they're gonna remove what's there? Abate.
If you remember, was it 2 months ago or February meeting, Colin said that he suggested whether we keep the building, and move in it, or we sell the building, or we possibly rent at least the space in there, was something we probably want to go ahead and get prices for. And that's what we're doing. Just the prices, we'll get the quotes on Wednesday, we'll see what it is, and then council can act on after that.
Okay, so did someone go through there and it's safe to go in there now? Did they have that study done?
Yeah.
And it's okay to go in there?
I don't think it ever was not safe.
Yeah, I think we've probably all been through the building. I've never felt unsafe.
They didn't say that it was unsafe to go through.
Well, our borough engineer said that they have a process where you go into a building.
Right.
And they check the building to make sure that it's safe for you to work in there or go in there. And that's part of their process. Has that been done?
I think there's a miscommunication there. What they do is they go in there and they get a study, and then they hand it to a contractor. The contractor will go in there to make it safe for what, and that's the process that we went through. So all this process was to get a price, see what it costs to abate the asbestos to make it safe.
If that's impossible, then we won't.
That's possible.
So that's what this thing did now. It checked out to see how bad the asbestos is in that.
Right.
The asbestos now isn't friable. I mean, it's not in the air, it's not flying around. As long as nobody does any demolition of it, it's not, as long as you don't touch it. As long as you don't mess with
They
it.
did a test that said that. They tested
Well,
the air
that's
quality.
what it's
We'll find out
about.
next Wednesday,
That's what
I think.
asbestos is.
I know what asbestos is.
Yeah, so do I.
I think we'll find out next Wednesday when they
For
give
30
their,
years.
whenever these companies
Did
give
they
their.
test the back building as well?
No.
No.
They tested this building.
Can I
This
just ask
building,
a question?
They gonna test this building?
That's what's
So-
we know that too.
That's a little bit different than what our engineer told us. He told us that they have a specific test where they go in there and they check the air quality, and they go through the building and they check this stuff to make sure that it's safe to go in there. That's not what you guys are saying, but that's what he said.
There's a process to go through.
Don't dismiss me and say, I was told something different.
I don't know that. All I know that he suggested in the meeting 2 months ago to everybody in the room that whether we want to lease the space, sell the building, or remodel the building, you might want to look at abating everything and demoing the inside so it's more attractive either way. The next step, talking to the architect, is to hire a company to go in there and do the testing on the building, which was done. The step after that is to advertise for bids to find out what will it cost to demo, to abate the building and demo the building. So we're at that space, we're at that place right now. I don't know exactly the wording he used, what he were, but he was.
We're in the right order.
We're in the right order,
Well,
we're
that's
doing
what
the
I'm
right
asking.
thing.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to find out, what order we are in.
Okay.
We just finished up with the engineer, you know?
We're not, he's still doing the process.
He wouldn't go in there for his damage, would he?
Well, he has to look at it to go in there.
So, can we see the spec bids that were put out? Is that something I can look at, we can look at?
Sure, I'll get him out there, engineer.
You don't have them?
Well, they were working through this process. I don't
know if Joe could read them, right? Would they mean anything to you?
They don't, it doesn't matter what it means to me, because I'm not in that business to be able to read
That's what
these
I'm
things
talking
and
about.
tell, these are the next steps.
You want professional people to read them.
Right, and the professionals are the ones that take this project, they take the project and they look at it and say, here's what it is, what will it cost to make it, and I have one of those in my office. I'll be more than happy to give you that book.
I would love to see that. I'd like to see what they're doing. I'm curious of what they're doing. And that was one of the questions I had. Where are we at on the Willis Center? Where are we at with the architect? You know, so no one spoke about them being a price bid going out anywhere. It was, you know, I'm not privy to all that stuff.
Can I just ask a question, just sitting on this side? When you say you're going to get sealed bids regarding the abatement and the demolition, when I think of the word demolition, I think of the whole building.
Interior
So we know.
demolition, talking from what the architect, from what I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, from the architect's report, is knocking down walls for the police station, how big the police station's gonna be.
Make the
Knocking down
interior
walls,
workable.
The interior work, not imploding.
If that's possible.
It's not imploding.
We're not
No,
sure.
that imploding it is not a part of the.
It's like someone coming into your
Could be,
house
but not
and,
yet.
you know, making a room bigger and just knocking down a wall.
Imploding it.
We wanna know if we could do that, if it's
Demo
dangerous,
walls.
or if it's worthwhile,
You're gonna
or
be-
if it's smart.
Like if they're in council chambers, they're gonna say, okay, how much would it cost to knock down this wall and that wall to make the council chambers the size we need or whatever.
None of that will be done until
But
the
that's,
asbestos is
we
done.
still have some time
Right.
to do that,
Well,
so
then
one step at a
We don't know
time,
if
and
we're
we're gonna
gonna
see
do
if
that.
it's
And we're
worth
working
going in
through the
before we
process.
do anything, we're still gonna make sure it's the right move and do our due diligence.
So
We're not speeding through things at any means.
We had our information from the engineer at our regular meetings, and
We're not,
we're all up to date on it.
Everything's up to date and going just as well as supposed to.
Anything else, Mr.
Well,
Chairman?
I'm still trying to talk here, Mr. Dishon.
Then
I
speak
still-
up.
I still have a lot of things that I'd like to talk to y'all about, and
You know what you should do, Mayor, is go into the manager's office. I'm sure he'd be happy to answer all your questions, provide you with everything. I'm sure he would.
I'm sure it would too.
Well, then why don't you
Providing
do
this
it?
Right now, thank you very much. And this is the demolition portion. Very good. So I've got a couple things that I want to give the council today. And these are just a couple ordinances that I've been doing a little work with. There's one for you. Thank you. I'll give one to you guys. I have a couple more. These are from South Park Township. And they have a very good, several ordinances here. I have a couple more copies here if you guys want them, the rest of council. But what they deal with is animals, horses in particular, livestock, all kinds of setbacks and zoning issues. I've talked to Dave about this. I have two sets that have gone over to the planning commission meeting tonight. After this meeting, I'll walk over and I have a couple more, but there's two sets there. I have a couple more if you want to break them down. You can grab them if you'd like.
I'd be curious to know what they're doing.
Yeah,
What do
that's
they
why
do?
I was out there. I talked to them. I said, I'm interested in your zoning ordinance on animals, particularly livestock, particularly horses. And they have a thorough ordinance on this. There's several of them there. I went to Mount Lebanon, they have none. And I said, well, you better get one, because if something happens and a rich doctor gets 2 or 3 horses, you're gonna have a rich neighborhood that's gonna be very upset. I think you talked to another, Penn Hills.
There's only, the only thing they really say is you need to have 5 acres,
Right, so,
pretty much.
that's why I got the South Park Township one. It's very good. And I'll break it up and you guys can have it and give it to you if you want to take one.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Mr. Fisher. There's 5 sets here. Just take a copy out of each page and then pass it along. Each one's a different ordinance than the other, okay? So, yeah, that's good. And then, you'll have that. It's pretty good to read. And the only thing that I say about that ordinance is South Park has much more land than Munhall. They
More
have
animals.
They have acreage, they have houses and properties that have 20 acres, 50 acres, 25 acres. Munhall doesn't have that. We can't adopt their ordinance verbatim. We need to have an ordinance that fits our town. So, per se, if we have ordinances that would say you can't have horses unless you have 4 acres. There are several places throughout the town that have 4 acres. So it would fit. Or 3.5 acres, or however you want to do it. And you have the setbacks that they can be made a little smaller to fit the constraints of our town. Okay?
What setbacks are you talking about, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, typically, you know, for a barn, you have to have a setback for a barn. We don't even have a setback for the barn. They're allowed, so you can put them anywhere. So
A barn is considered agricultural building, so you'd have to have a special ordinance saying that you could always become more restricted than the UCC.
I just, when he said setbacks, I thought he was talking about other setbacks.
well, you can have setbacks for anything, that the animals can't be this close to a residential home.
Or to the street.
They have it. Oh, yeah. So there's all kind of things that can be put into effect, and we need to look at this and we need to do something. On another note, I wanted you all to see West Homestead. They have a nice little newsletter put out. Pass it out, take a look at it. I wanted to do this last year. I think we should do it. I think it's a great thing to do. It's a little newsletter, put your names on there, what we're doing for the year, blah, blah, blah. Kind of good. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was the waterfront property, which I know is still being looked at. It's not sold yet. We still own it. We're still the owners of the property. The Mon Valley, who is it? The Battle of Homestead Foundation, they're going for a grant. They're going to build a multi-million-dollar building down there, right next to the pump house. It's going to be a museum type of a building for labor and industry and several other things that they're trying to do. They're just in the starting process. I want you to think about keeping the property and not selling it. Obviously, the property must not be that bad if they're going to be putting a $2 million building there. I think it's the Mon Valley Initiative. I think that's the mother group down there that controls the property. They release certain amounts of property to the Homestead, Battle Homestead. So think about what you're doing there. I'd like to see us do something that was a little bit nicer than a storage building. With that, I think that's all I have to say.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
There's other ways of putting these out, as you probably know. I don't know if they have all the pages, but there's no advertisements on here. Advertisements can pay for the printing and so forth.
Right.
In fact, yeah, I have, or Joe, I have no problem looking into this. We haven't done one in some time.
We had a guy that came in the office and was just like, hey, I can do this for you, it won't cost you anything, we're gonna
You
go out
said
and get all
it
your
costs
advertising.
nothing?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was gonna, they were gonna go out and get all the
We may have
advertising.
to do the postage, but the
But-
printing would be free. I've looked into this.
But we hadn't heard back from him. We reached out to him one time and he said he was still working on the advertising and we haven't heard back from him. So we can reach out to him again.
Yeah, because there's ones that we can, without putting, other than postage into,
Yeah.
usually you would pay the postage, but all the printing is
Yeah, you don't
covered
put it out every
through
once a month, you do it
advertisements
like
they sell.
quarterly or
Right.
something. I'm guessing that's how often they do something.
Quarterly.
I think
Motion on the floor.
I think it's a great thing.
Motion by Mr. John, second by Mr. Tuesday. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Let's go Pens.